Good morning, students. This video is for class 12th biology and chapter 2nd sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So now the topic is seed, and also you will understand the terms polyembryony and apomixis. So you will study here about the seeds. So first, what is seed? How you can define the seed? So a seed is a small embryonic plant enclosed in a covering called seed coat, usually with some stored food. The formation of the seed completes the process of reproduction in seed plants. Actually, the sexual reproduction in plants is completed. The last step is seed formation and fruit formation. So the seed formation is the last step of sexual reproduction in plants. So this is the seed, the definition of seed, and see the structure of seed. What is the structure of seed? You will see here. See these seeds. See, this is the structure of dicot seed. Seed coat, then hilum, micropyle, and these two cotyledons are there. See, these two cotyledons are there, and here plumule and radicle. This is the embryo, and these are cotyledons. So this is the structure of dicot seed, and here also one structure of monocot seed. It is a monocot seed, that maize seed. Here endosperm, scutellum, the single cotyledon, and coleoptile, plumule, radicle, colorizer, that you studied in previous section. So this is a structure of monocot seed, and this is a structure of dicot seed. So this is the final product of sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay, so it is covered by seed coat, and two cotyledons are there, and one embryo is there. Embryolexis is there, that you have studied in the previous section. Okay, so you will study there about two type of seeds, albuminous and non-albuminous seeds are also there. This term you will understand here. What is albuminous and non-albuminous seed? The endosperm that you have studied in the previous video, the endosperm provide nutrition to the embryo. Endosperm provide nutrition to embryo, developing embryo. So a portion of it remains in the seed. If the portion of endosperm is left in the seed, so that is seed is called albuminous seed. If the endosperm is completely consumed in a mature seed by the developing embryo, so that seed is called non-albuminous seed. So the examples are also given. Albuminous seeds are there: coconut, castor, and maize. These are the albuminous seeds, and non-albuminous seeds you will see here: pea, maize, and mustard. So you remember example also: albuminous seeds in which the endosperm is left, but in non-albuminous the endosperm is not left, and it is completely consumed. So non-albuminous, if it is left, remain left, not completely consumed by developing embryo, that is albuminous seed. Not consumed, albuminous; completely consumed, non-albuminous seeds are there. So two categories are there of seeds. Now in the seed, somewhere you will see some nucleus is left. It is unused nucleus in a seed, perisperm. The covering is seed coat, and in some seeds you will also see the remaining of nucleus. So if the nucleus is left or found in the seed, that is called perisperm. Okay, it is a part of seed. It is usually dry. It is often non-functional of the functional for the seed, but in similar term you will study pericarp. Actually sometimes pericarp and perisperm, they are the confusing terms, so you can study like this: perisperm, it is unused nucleus, but pericarp, it is a covering of fruit that develop from the ovary wall. Actually the covering of the fruit, that is pericarp, but nucleus remain, it is a perisperm. It is part of fruit, it is a part of seed. It is dry or fleshy maybe, but it is always dry. Perisperm always dry, and it is non-functional for the seed. It is a protective covering and also help in the dispersal and nutrition of the nutrition of the seed. So pericarp and perisperm. These two similar terms are there, but see the difference. Perisperm remains of nucellus and pericarp is the covering of fruit wall, ovary wall. Okay. Now see definition of fruit. Fruit is a mature ovary. Actually, when the ovary matures, then the seed, the ovule forms seed and the ovary wall that develop into fruit. So fruit is a mature ovary. So there are two type of fruits are there, true fruits and false fruits. So what are true fruits and false fruit definition? See the difference. While a false or pseudocarp fruit develop from floral parts. Actually, the false fruit that develop from the other parts also, floral part like apple that develop from thalamus, not from the ovary. So the thalamus part is also included in that development of the fruit. That is false fruit. But when the ovary, see, a fruit develop from the ovary without fertilization is called, that is parthenocarpic condition also there. Whenever fruit is developed without fertilization, that is called parthenocarpic fruit. But parthenocarpic fruits are seedless like musa and banana. Musa paradisiaca, that is called banana. The fruit wall is called pericarp, that you have seen. It may be further divided into epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So in fruit wall there are three coverings are there. That may be epicarp, outer covering, mesocarp, middle covering, middle portion, and endocarp, that is innermost portion of the ovary wall. So the definition, what is true and false fruits. A true fruit develop from the ovary like mango, but the false fruit develop from other parts also, floral parts like apple that develop from the thalamus. So and parthenocarpic fruit they develop without fertilization. Okay. So the fruit ball, that is pericarp, having three layers: epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. So see the structure here in mango. These are the layers of fruit. That uppermost layer here, see, epicarp, then middle layer, that is mesocarp, that is fleshy, that is eaten, and after that very thin layer, membranous layer is found here, that is a endocarp, and that is seed. So above the seed, endocarp, then middle layer, mesocarp, and that outermost layer is that is called epicarp, that is pericarp. All the three layers combinedly they are called pericarp. So this is fruit structure of mango. Now you will see the type of fruits. See there, type of fruits: fleshy fruits and dry fruits. Two type of fruits are also there. It has soft pericarp and is pulpy in nature. But dry fruits, they have dry pericarp and is non-pulpy in nature. So dry fruits, they are having dry pericarp, but fleshy fruits, they have soft pericarp. Here pericarp is distinguished into three layers. You have seen there, epicarp, mesocarp and endocarp. But here pericarp contains no more layers. The seed dispersal is fleshy fruits is done by animals. The seed dispersal dry fruit done by animals, bent and expulsion also. So these are difference of dry fruit and fleshy fruits. Examples are also given: banana and bean pod, mango, you can see. But dry fruits, example groundnut and peas. So you will also study here fleshy fruits and dry fruits, true fruits and false fruits, and their layers of pericarp. Okay. And now you will also study one term here, seed viability. Seed viability means the time period up to where the seed can germinate, the capability of germination of the seed, that is called viability. So when a seed capable of germinating after all the necessary environment conditions are met. So average lifespan up to the seed can germinate 10 to 15 years. Some are very short lived like willow plant that is having only up to 1 week. Some long lived plants like mimosa 221 years. Okay. Some seeds, they have also thousands of years viability period. conditions are very important for longevity: dry, cold, and aerobic conditions. These conditions favor the seed viability and seed dormancy. Actually, when the conditions are cold, dry, and anaerobic, the seed will remain dormant for a longer period of time. If the conditions are aerobic and moisture is there and proper temperature is there, the seed will start to germinate. That is called dormancy, breaking of dormancy. So dormancy is also there. The seed is inactive, will not germinate until the conditions are not favorable. So this seed is called dormant seed, is not germinating, and up to the seed can germinate the time, that is called viability of the seed. So viability will also study here. Okay, albuminous seeds and non-albuminous seeds, and these you will study here. Okay, this seed viability, fruit fleshy, and one important, very important topic is there: apomixis and polyembryony. Apomixis. See, when seeds are developed without fertilization, this condition is called apomixis. Without fertilization, apomixis. And if more than one embryo is found in the seed, in an ovule, that is called polyembryony. And in apomixis, it is a asexual reproduction that mimic sexual reproduction. Actually, apomixis is the asexual reproduction that mimic to the sexual reproduction, and this polyembryony is a type of sexual reproduction. Fertilization does not occur in apomixis, but they undergo fertilization. Does not involve the production of seeds, but here it involves the production of seeds. The offspring of plants are genetically identical because there is no fertilization in the seeds, apomixis. But in polyembryony, the offspring plants are not genetically identical to the parents. So here they are identical to their parents, but they are not identical to their parents. So see there the differences: apomixis and polyembryony. Development of seed without fertilization, apomixis, and formation of more than one embryo in a embryo sac or ovule, that is called polyembryony. Sometimes nucellus says they protrude inside the embryo sac, and all the nucellus cells form embryo. So many embryo are found in the polyembryonic condition. But seed development without fertilization is it apomixis. Okay, so polyembryony and apomixis. They are apomixis also used in agriculture because it is very important. If the plant produce seed by apomixis, and this is very helpful in the hybrid varieties, because hybrid varieties, whenever they are sown in the next generation and whenever they are pollinated, then the segregation takes place and they lose their hybrid characteristics. So to maintain the hybrid characteristics of the seeds, apomixis is very beneficial in the agriculture to produce seeds. And if it is possible produce the seeds by apomixis, then every year the farmers have not to purchase hybrid seeds, because the hybrid characters will be maintained by this apomixis process. Okay, thank you, and you study also from the book, and then you can understand the topic well. Thank you.